Hi, this is Dr. Kim Wheeler, and this is my introduction. My education background, I received my bachelor's degree in early childhood education from the University of West Georgia. And then while I was teaching second grade in Rome, Georgia, I decided to get my master's online through Walden University. And I got my master's in reading and literacy. And that kind of translated into me moving on to college. I started out teaching at Georgia Northwestern, teaching early childhood education, and then I moved on to Georgia Highlands to teach reading, and that has blossomed into English and SCSP. Along the way, I got a graduate certification in online teaching and learning from the University of Florida. Go Gators! And then I don't know why, but I'm a masochist, and I decided I wanted to get my doctorate in education. So I went to Liberty University and just finished up in April of 2014. Go Liberty Flames! I'm assistant professor of English and reading here at Georgia Highlands. I'm also the reading coordinator, and I'm director of first year experience. So I teach a lot of SCSC courses. My family is pretty big. There are 4 girls in my family, and I'm an identical twin. She also teaches college. Her name is Karen, and she teaches at Georgia Northwestern. And my goodness, we dress so much alike in all these pictures. This is me right here at Disney World. I don't look like I had on any mascara, but anyway, that's me. I'm in the brown cap here. Uh, Gosh, y'all, we look so much alike. I think I'm in the green. I'm not sure, but I think that is me in the green t-shirt right there. And then we're down here dressed for trick-or-treating at the Magic Kingdom. And my t-shirt said, "This is my costume." Ha ha ha. That's my husband, Steve. We were in Orlando. If you can't tell already, I love Orlando. We were at Arnold Palmer's tournament in Orlando. We're both golf fanatics. We've been married 19 years. We will be married 20 years while this class is going on in February. We met in high school, but I don't know. I just didn't like him in high school. We started dating 17 years after that at a golf tournament. We met at a golf tournament. I went and checked my dad's score, and there he stood in the parking lot. And we dated and got married within 10 months. And he works for Shaw Industries in Dalton. We live in Rome. He's a senior project engineer. He's funny. Y'all probably wouldn't think his jokes are funny. They do get on my nerves, but he's funny just the same. And he is a math whiz. And I'm English and reading, he's math, so I guess we make a pretty good combo. This is the rest of my family. I have a sister missing. Um, this is my sister Cindy and her husband Tom. And this is me, my mom, and my twin at the marketplace at Downtown Disney. This is my niece and her husband and their 3 children who are the love of my life. This is Ava. She's 8 years old. That's Harrison. He is, golly, is he 13 or 14? What year is this? He's 14 because he was born in 2000. And that's Reese, and Reese is getting ready to turn 17 in February. Um, Harrison's getting ready to graduate from St. Mary's in the 8th grade. Ava's in the 2nd grade at St. Mary's, and Reese is a 9th grader at Darlington. And that's my niece Summer and her husband. My oldest sister Beverly is missing, her and her husband Joe. I have no pictures of them whatsoever, but we are a close-knit family, and I love them very, very much. My husband and I do not have any children, but we do have we have Shelties. Agnes Rose was our first Sheltie, and she passed away in 2012. And oh, she was my little angel. And I said I'll never have another dog again. And then I got Disney. Ha ha ha. Walter Elias Disney, we call him Disney for short, among other things. And I have loved being at home with him whenever I'm off on a break. It's hard to leave him, but he is a little angel, and I don't dress him up or anything like that. I can say I have a child. He's not really a child, but he's the closest thing I have to a child. How about that? I love all kinds of music, old 60s music from Vietnam. I like British music, Coldplay and King, R&B music, Al Green, Luther Vandross, country, disco, Diana Krall, Michael Bublé, Frank Sinatra, Bob Marley. I like anything. I'll listen to anything. I go to Chick-fil-A a lot. I do cluck because I eat at Chick-fil-A a lot. I love Coke. I try to be good and only drink like a little 7.5 ounce can of Coke. But whoa, it's hard. I like British food. I've never been to England, but I love Bubble and Squeak. The name is so weird, but the food is absolutely incredible, and I like cottage pie. I love vegetables and steak and pork chops, and I like iced tea, but not too sweet. Little Caesar's pizza. It has to be a pepperoni, and I have to put it in the oven when I get home for 20 minutes, and then I'll pick the pepperoni off of it. That's crazy, but that's the way I like to eat it. Anything chocolate, I'm a chocoholic. All Marvel movies. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Absolutely adore it. And I love all the Iron Mans, uh, Thor, Captain America, Avengers. There's a new Avengers coming out next May, and then Ant Man. I'm not one of those comic geeks that read the comic book. I just love the movies. I got 5 of them for Christmas. Uh, I wanted a new Patagonia pullover. I got 5 Marvel DVDs. Go figure. Jesus of Nazareth, the Robert Powell, Franco Zeffirelli version. The Godfather. What about Bob? Old movies with Doris Day and Jack Lemmon in it. Anything Disney, any Christmas movie. I watch Fox News and American Idol. If it's good, I watch American Idol. Mike and Molly, Days of Our Lives. I hadn't missed it since I was a little girl. I tape it every day, and now my husband watches it. I wake up to the Golf Channel. I wake up to ESPN Sports Center. I never miss a sporting event, and I'm a sports fanatic. So yes, I like Marvel, and I don't have any children, but I am an absolute sports fanatic. I can watch golf from Thursday when a tournament comes on until Sunday when it goes off. Same way with baseball, football. Um, this is one of my favorite clips. I don't know if it'll play. I'll come back to it and see if it'll play, but I want to make sure I get the rest of my PowerPoint in. Things I love: the Florida Gators, because I did go to the University of Florida. It's only for 3 classes. The campus is beautiful. Uh, we have a new football coach this year. I wasn't thrilled over Will Muschamp, obviously. I miss the Urban Meyer days. Don't hate me, but I'll be rooting for Ohio State during the national championship only because of Urban Meyer. So you know if I like the Gators during the Tim Tebow era. Yes, I do love Tim Tebow. I think it's a shame that he's in the press booth. I think he ought to be out on the field. He proved himself at Denver. If you follow NFL football, I'm not going to go on and on about that because I could talk forever. I love the Falcons. I love the Braves. I never miss a game. Right now, they're deciding on a head coach. If it's Rex Ryan, I am done. I'm going to move on to the Patriots or Green Bay or something. Uh, the Braves totally reorganized this winter. They let go of a lot of players that I absolutely adored. So I had to change from Jason Hayward to Andrelton Simmons, so now he's on my PowerPoint presentation. But I never miss a sporting event. Love golf. I still like Tiger. He's still fun to watch, but I love Ricky Fowler and Jordan Spieth. I like all the new guys. Never miss a tournament. Anything Disney. I've probably been to Disney World 50 times since 1992. That's probably before y'all were born. My first trip was in 1971, if that tells you how old I am. I look young for my age, though. I'll ride anything once, but I love Splash Mountain and soaring. We usually stay at the yacht club when we go to Disney World. This year, but I've stayed in about every property, every hotel on the property. I love them all. I've been on their cruise ship, the Disney Wonder. I watch Disney cartoons, Disney movies, Disney classics. I used to collect Beanie Babies a long, long time ago. They're out in my garage. I don't have them in my house, but I do have about 600 Disney Beanie Babies. Crazy to spend that money on them, but they were cool at the time. Other interesting things. I'm a Christian. I have worked as a waitress and a beach lifeguard. I lived in Panama City for 5 years after college and worked on the beach. I sold jewelry. Pathetic job. I don't advise it. I was a tour guide at Turner Field between. I don't have this on here. I was a registered nurse for 12 years. I was a cardiac nurse before I started back to school to be a teacher. And in between, I worked as a tour guide at Turner Field and got to meet all the greats. Uh, I was in heaven. I used to surf and ride a skateboard. I still love to watch surfing. And I love beach volleyball. Absolutely adore it. My fourth cousin is Goober from Andy Griffith. And I used to swim competitively on a synchronized swim team. I coached a team in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta 10 years before I got married, and on and off between Atlanta and Panama City, and I coached and swam competitively. But that ship has sailed. And this video is why I love teaching. But I want to see if I can't find the little arrow. I wanted to go back and show you the Jack Lemmon video, but y'all can pause this if you're really interested and cut and paste the URL from the other clip I showed you. We'll see if this works. If it doesn't, I'll just stop it here. Oh, come on and show it. Okay. So it's probably not going to pull it up. Well, that is my introduction, and I will expect you guys to introduce yourselves as well. And I'm going to hit done because it keeps showing this. But thanks for watching.